Hello, boys and girls. This is Mr. So. Welcome back for another lesson of biology. Today we are going through lesson 18 about the embryo development and the birth process. Before you start watching the video, remember to like and subscribe my channel and also share your video to your classmate and remind them to do their revision. Let's start. After fertilization, that means the meeting of the sperm and also the ovum, it is going to form a zygote. And later on, this zygote, it will start to develop into a ball of cells, and we call this embryo. Later on, the ball of cells, the embryo, it will start to develop and become more complex, and it will become a 4-week-old embryo with the heartbeat at the middle, and then also the backbone on the side. In week number 8, we no longer call the live embryo, but instead we call it the fetus, because the major organs can be observed, such as the eye, the ear, the nose, the mouth. You can see the arms as well, the legs as well. It is forming similar to a human being. When it is 14 weeks old, the fetus now, they will have their arms and legs developed, and you can actually see the fingers. Not only the arms and legs, you will also see the reproductive organ. This is the time when the doctor can tell the mother whether the fetus is a boy or a girl. In 21 weeks' time, the fetus started to grow their hair and their organs are further developed. They are a lot bigger in size. In the 30 weeks' time, the fetus, it has the bones hardened, more muscles are built up, they are almost fully formed. And after the time about 10 months, 10月懷胎啦, the baby is about time to go out, and we call this birth, 生育啦. The pregnancy process lasts for 39 weeks, so around 10 months. We call this period the gestation period, 妊娠期. Let me ask you a question now. After knowing about the gestation period, do you accept abortion, Chinese 墮胎? Sometimes the parents, they may face a dilemma, 兩難啦. The doctor told them that maybe your baby, they might be born with birth defects, 天生有缺陷啦, or maybe they might have a high chance of being mentally retarded, 有好高嘅機會咧有智力障礙嘅. So do you still want to bear the baby, or are you going to do the abortion process? 會唔會墮胎咧? So it is a decision made by the parents. But before you make the decision, I would like you to have a brief idea of how the baby is removed by the abortion process. So look at the Chinese, 把寶寶拆解取出. If you want to know the exact details of abortion, I think there are plenty of video in YouTube. You can take a look at it. But let me tell you, the process is not pretty to look at. So think before you make the decision. At the very end of the gestation period, that means the last month of pregnancy, the baby, it will soon get out and the fetus will change to a head down position, head pointing down. When the fetus or the baby is ready to get out, the muscle of the uterine wall over here, it will start to contract rhythmically, 係有節奏地啦, and we call this the labor begins, 開始分娩啦. And during labor, the pain is very unbearable. We would say that for the female, if the pain have a scale, labor pain is in the scale of 10, the maximum level. You can go to the online YouTube and look for the video about labor, such as in 康熙來了, there are some female celebrities sharing how horrible the pain is during 自然產. And I want you to remember the sequence of giving birth. There are 3 stages of labor, 分娩. First, we call this dilation, 擴張啦. Which part will dilate? It will be the cervix, 子宮頸. The cervix, it will dilate to allow the head of the fetus to pass out. And afterwards, the muscles in the abdominal wall, 腹肌, and also the muscles in the uterine wall, both they will contract with increased strength and frequency. Strength, that means 力度. frequency 頻密度。So that means they will contract stronger and more in the times. And these cause the labor pain 陣痛。And then when the contraction is so strong to a certain extent, 某一個程度啦 the amnion it will break 羊膜就穿啦 and then the amniotic fluid 羊水 it will flows out as a lubricant for the passage of the fetus out. For the function of uterus during the childbirth, it should be the muscular wall of uterus contract with more strength and more frequency, or you can say powerfully and rhythmically, to push the baby out of the uterus and vagina. After breaking the amnion and releasing the amniotic fluid, 穿咗羊水啦, so the mommy, they will probably go into the hospital and then wait for the baby to get out. It goes to stage 2, the expulsion of the fetus. There will be very powerful contraction of uterine and abdominal muscles, and this gives very strong labor pain to push the fetus out. Once the baby get out and pushed it out, the umbilical cord, 臍帶, it will be tied and cut once the baby is born. After cut and tie of the umbilical cord, the placenta remaining inside the uterus has to be removed as well. So it goes to stage 3, expulsion of the placenta. The placenta, 胎盤, has to be detached and then pushed out by the contraction of abdominal and uterine muscles. After being pushed out, the baby will take the first breath by giving a loud cry. If the baby is pushed out but not crying, the doctor will hit the hip a little bit, and then the baby will feel the pain and then start to breathe in and start the crying. It helps the lungs to start working as well. And then for the remaining of the umbilical cord, which is here, after they are cut, it will dry up and fall off. And this forms the scar called the navel 肚臍. Imagine if the placenta is not expelled completely in stage 3 of the labor. What might happen? Some placenta retained inside the uterus of the mother. Do you know what will happen? Let me tell you. It could be very horrible because fever might occur. And because the placenta stay inside the mother's uterus, the placenta will start to die and decay, 開始腐爛啦. So you will get some very disgusting smell and discharge, 一啲分泌啦, from the vaginal area. You are going to release something horrible with disgusting smells and shape. And then there might be heavy bleeding as well, 流血不止, and the pain will not stop. You are going to have a very discomfort feeling if the placenta remained in the female's body. So please, if you are doing the labor, the doctor will check very carefully if the placenta has been expelled completely. If you did not expel the placenta completely, what would the doctor suggest you to do? In Chinese, 刮宮啦。醫生會咧攞個好似羹咁樣嘅咧放入你個子宮入邊，跟住將你剩低未刮出嚟嘅 placenta 咧，就用人手幫你刮移除咗佢，咁make sure 入邊冇嘢剩低咧，咁就唔會有以下嘅症狀出現啦。Last but not least, please do the MCQ on page 29 of your textbook. Usually, a mother will bear one baby every time in each pregnancy. But sometimes, if a mother is very lucky, she has 2 babies. We call these babies twins. 雙胞胎啦. So there are 2 types of twins. We call them the identical twins and the fraternal twins, or non-identical twins. Identical twins, they are formed by 1 ovum fertilized by 1 sperm, and it forms 1 single zygote. And this zygote, while division, it divides into 2 cells, like this. And the 2 cells, they're actually genetically identical, and they undergo mitotic cell division repeatedly. Therefore, for both individuals of identical twins, they are genetically identical. The DNA is exactly the same in both twins. So now, examples such as the one on the left, these 2, they are Solars from Macau, 澳門最香園嘅代言人啦。 And then for those on the right, they are the character from Harry Potter, the identical twins in the Weasley family. But for fraternal twins, or another name, we call them the non-identical twins. They are formed from two different ovums, fertilized by two different sperms, and it gives two genetically different zygotes, and they are totally different, and each of them developed by mitotic cell division rapidly and repeatedly. Since fraternal twins or non-identical twins, they come from two different zygotes, so they must be genetically different. Examples such as, on the left, you have two celebrities. The one on the right is the Scarlett Johansson, the actress for playing Black Widow, 黑寡婦. While on the left-hand side, the man is actually the twins of Scarlett Johansson. He is Hunter. Both of them, they are fraternal twins. They come from different zygotes, so they have different gender as well. That's it for lesson 18 about the embryonic development, birth process, and twins. I hope you like the video. Please share the video to your classmate and remind them to do their revision. I will see you in the next video then. Bye bye.